Hi, I'm Alexis.
Hi, I'm Sky.
Welcome to the Northeast Mountain Bike Report.
We're here at JRA Cycles in Medford, Massachusetts.
Have you ever wondered why somebody would ride a bike off of a 10-foot cliff? Or why they'd ride as fast as they can down a trail the width of their handlebars? Not that many people out of cycling could answer these questions. That's why we're here. To us, cycling is more than just a hobby. It's more than a sport. It's about a passion, it's an obsession, and it becomes a lifestyle. The spirit of mountain biking is about freedom, it's about self-expression. It's not just about the bikes we're riding on, the trails we're on, the rocks and the routes that we're on. It's about a family, it's about a community, and it's about this interest that brings us all together.
So, it doesn't matter if you're a cross-country rider, downhill rider, free rider, dirt jumper, racer like Speed Girl here, doesn't matter. We're gonna have something for everybody in each and every segment on the Northeast Mountain Bike Report. It's by riders, for riders, right here in the Northeast. So sit back and relax, enjoy the ride.
Our first segment is about Highland Mountain Bike Park in Northfield, New Hampshire. This park is incredible. Both Sky and I have had the pleasure working on the trails, we've been riding them. It's pretty amazing. The one unique part is that it has lift service access for only mountain bikes. There's no skiing, there's no snowboarding, there's no telemarking. It's only for two-wheeled bikes. So it's super fun. It's going to come across in this video. It's a great community. You guys need to check it out.
Hey, I'm Sky. Welcome to Freeride Endeavors. Oh my God, early season here. Trying to get in shape on the old pump track. We got to get ready for the Highland Mountain Bike Park in Northfield, New Hampshire. Last season was their first year. They're not open yet this year, but it's going to go off. I want to give you guys a little teaser what went on last year. So we're going to go meet up with Mark Hayes and the whole crew at the Highland Mountain Bike Park in Northfield, New Hampshire. Strap in.
Different to a lot of people. Everybody has their own version of it, but basically it's not racing for one, and it's, to me, seeing obstacles and stunts and taking an approach to it that's kind of expressive. It's like your own expression of moving on a bike. Let's find out what everybody else thinks.
Free riding to me is anything you feel comfortable with, you know, and nothing outside your abilities. Just keeping it cool, you know, just staying fast.
What I like about free riding is the ability to just go out and have a good time with your buddies during the day, during the atmosphere. It's awesome.
Next up, we're going to meet up with Mark Hayes, one of the owners of the Highland Mountain Bike Park. What's up, Mark?
What's up, guy?
How you doing?
How you doing? Good.
So show me around?
Yeah, come on in.
All right, let's check this out.
So we're standing in the main part of the lodge right now, which used to be just absolutely trashed. We came in here and cleaned it up, did a lot of finish work, and put the rough cut boards all around the outside. Tried to bring a very natural feel to it. Everything you're going to see in this lodge and out on the deck, it repeats itself in the mountain. So it's very rough cut looking on the inside and on the outside up on the hill. Here's the old bar when it was a ski area. Right now we're using it for our point of sale system. We sell tickets and juices and that sort of thing. But eventually it'll be a bar again. We'll get that bar back to life. It's important. So here we are now outside on the deck. Big deck. I'm hoping that someday over here we could have, well, maybe Rage Against the Machine will get back together.
Nice.
And they'll be playing right there. So over here we have the bike shop on this part of the building, and then we have the bike patrol over there. So here's the future bike shop. I'm standing right here. This is going to be more of a service counter. So visualize like a glass counter coming around like this, leading up with this beam. So we'll have components all in here. There'll be someone behind the desk. Someone wants to rent a bike, they'll come up to the counter here, they'll fill out the forms. There'll be mechanics back here working on bikes back at this location. We've got a nice egress out to the backyard, that garage door, and we're standing right now in the retail shop. Well, Sky, it's inevitable. Speed plus air sometimes even injury.
So I know that.
Here's our EMT department. It's fully staffed, and hopefully it won't get too much use. The reason I started Highland Mountain Bike Park, it really stems from a passion. I had a passion for the sport. It was a core group of riders I used to ride with, and I still ride with. In fact, some of them are with me in this business today. And we just saw the change in the riding style go from more of a cross-country style to a free ride style. We really got hooked on it. And I was fortunate enough financially to have an opportunity to buy this piece of property and turn it into a mountain bike park. Today, these trails are geared towards advanced and intermediate riders here at Highland. Eventually, and we're targeting a circle of riders like this. These guys and girls are going to be the people that are bringing their own bikes, they're bringing their own tools, they're bringing their own food, and they're going to be pretty much self-sufficient. I want to get a wider circle of people into this sport. I think New England is definitely the next hot spot for riding, and park riding in particular. I think there's a lot of potential for a lot of these mountains in New England. I certainly hope that Highland Mountain Bike Park will help to pave the road for more parks in this area, as well as other areas up and down the East Coast.
So I hope you enjoyed the show. Mark Hayes and the crew. Got to get up there this year. Remember Highland Mountain Bike Park in Northfield, New Hampshire. Got to support the locals and make this thing a go. So tune in next time, Free Ride Endeavors. We'll see you down on the trail.
And there you guys have it. Highland Mountain Bike Park is an incredible place. It opens up June 1st for its second season. They're going to be building beginner, intermediate, expert trails. We're all going to be there. You guys have to be there. We'll definitely see you there. And for our next segment, here's Sky.
Thanks, Alexis. There's two kind of race teams. One, fully sponsored, rolls in with a big truck, maybe sponsored riders. And then there's the guys and girls that work all week and try to bust their ass to get to the mountains on the weekends. One of those teams is Drummer Racing from Keene, New Hampshire. These guys are awesome. Great, talented riders, trail builders, and just part of the biking community. So check these guys out, and definitely if you ever see them at a race or a ride, just go up to them and say hi. They're all cool cats.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now, once again...
Hey, how's it going? I'm JD. I'm tech support for Drummer Racing and Sinister Bikes. Man, what can I say about this group of guys? Except that they're insanely fun to hang out with and talented riders on top of it.
I put it together back in, for the beginning of 04, because like in 2003 is just when I started racing, and we got out there and it's like there was a bunch of us that just started doing it. Like Jack suggested, it's like come check out the downhill scene, see what it's like, and we went out there and it's like, yeah, I want to keep doing this. And there was a number of us that were just unaffiliated. I'm like, all we need is a couple jerseys and a name, and it looks pretty official. So why not?
Yeah. And I like watching the riders progress. Last year at Nationals at Mount Snow was a great race for all the guys. I think just about everybody podiumed. The U.S. Zach Faulkner, frickin' pinner, got first place, and Drummer Racing was just killing it last year.
Sinister Bikes is our main sponsor. They provide us with frames and parts because we get to order stuff through them. So they're our staple sponsor, I guess. And then Jack this year got us grassroots with Rock Garden, the clothing and body armor company. So we'll be using their jerseys and protection wear.
S&S Painting is also one of our sponsors this year, and they're paying for our jerseys, which is very nice of them, and hopefully we can get some advertising for them done around New England and the Northeast. We also have West Hill, and as Scott mentioned earlier, we have Highland Mountain Bike Park again for the second year. Most of our sponsors from last year we've retained.
You know, the Perpetual Motion, .com's website, a lot of photography, just action sports.
Run by Scott Seal.
Yep.
He's also the new co-manager of Sinister Bikes. So he has kind of two projects going. He's got Sinister and Perpetual Motion Photography.
I'd say money is definitely a big factor.
Yeah.
It's like, I just shut myself off from my credit card. It's done. I'm only paying. I didn't buy anything but tires for this year. So.
Rubber's very important.
Yeah, money and cost of transportation. I mean, gas is going up.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, we drive, 4 to 6 hours to get to these races, and I mean, that's at least $100 in gas sometimes. And it's just another added expense the weekend on top of what parts you break.
I think like I almost go into every race weekend expecting to break something on my bike. Like there's almost never a weekend where I don't break something, and I just pre-plan that $150 to just.
Yeah, most of my
I'm gonna have to fix something on Monday morning, and hopefully it's ready next Friday.
Yeah, the bike's usually clapped out during the week, and it's only ready for the weekends for the races. I spent most of my money this spring on spare parts just because I didn't want to have to worry about that during the race.
I've never seen people go through equipment like all of these guys. Everything gets broken. When you hammer on your bike and you're racing to win, things are going to happen. High performance means high maintenance, we always say.
I think everybody can admit to like rolling up to a hill on your bike, and as soon as your front tire goes over that hill, you get a big giant smile on your face. And like that's a giant draw to the sport because it's so much fun. And everybody just has a blast at it, regardless of how you're doing in the sport or what place you come in.
Yeah.
It's just that it's so much fun, and anybody can really do it as long as you can hang on to the bar.
Yeah, I won't do it. If it gets to a point where it's not fun, I'm not going to do it.
And you always got to watch your back for Scott, because he's known to do some practical jokes from time to time that, makes everybody laugh, except for maybe the guy who was joked on.
Sorry, I ruined your spot.
No, that's all right. You didn't ruin nothing. We'll edit it.
I can't believe the camaraderie in this sport.
Oh, yeah.
If you are out and you're on your practice run and something goes wrong, you break a chain, you bend a disc, people will come up and just help you out. They'll pull things off spare bikes they brought just to ride around in the lot. Even if it's not, and especially within our own team, but people will just help you out immensely. If you blow out your fork and before the race, like I've heard of people like having somebody rebuild it the night before in the parking lot.
So the best part about racing is when you come down after your race and you don't know how well you did until you look over the clock. But regardless of how well you did, you're still normally happy if your race went well. And then you watch the people come down after you, and like everybody always has a pretty good feel to them after their race run, except if they like crash right before the finish line, bleeding and
you can tell everyone's run as soon as they come through, where they're either like hands are flailing or swearing or
throw their bike down.
Yeah,
like
high-fiving and kissing ladies,
kind of emotional.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Like the two that are there.
And then in the summer, when there's no racing or after the races, we all go to my house and just kind of session some jumps or hit the road gap and unwind and blow off steam and talk about how rad we are. and then it's off to the next race in another week or two. Somebody else is killing it, or somebody else is having some kind of crazy mechanical problem that you can't figure out.
I think the best wrench though is JD Mellowship, our unofficial team mechanic. He shows up at a lot of the Mount Snow races, and he'll come to the U.S. Open this year, hopefully.
Yeah, last year at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
He Frankenstein my shifter.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Holy
He did like an hour.
He's an ex-mechanic of West Hill Shop, and he can fix anything pretty much.
I had two broken shifters.
At Mount Snow Nationals in 2006, we ripped apart my bottom bracket before my race run. Found like ½ inch of dirt just lying down there.
Yeah.
And he's trued my wheels. He even signed as my dad for one of the waivers. JD is my make-believe dad.
Previously, Chris has been kind of our team leader.
Yeah, I did.
That Chris could be the natural.
I did it for like the last 3 years, and then
he burned out.
Well, no, it's like all of a sudden, I was gonna jump on it, but like, it was great this year. Jack took charge, and Zach has been doing stuff where it's, normally every year it'd be like I'd line up, it's like get the order together, I'll get the jerseys, like
run around and do all the footwork.
Yeah, it is, and it's been great with everyone else helping out. And
like I've been getting everybody's like parts
pitching
orders together and like pricing, and then Jack's been doing a lot of the clothing for like jerseys and that because he has the hookup of like the connection, so to speak, with the Rock Garden rep. So I mean, we all kind of take responsibility for something different at some point. So we're just a giant group of leaders. We're all very headstrong. So.
Stop winking.
I'm sorry.
I'm really looking forward to the upcoming season. There's a lot of excitement. Some things have changed, but stayed the same somehow, if that makes any sense. Sinister Bikes is still the ride, and we're psyched to be working with them. And so, yeah, things are going to be great. Looking forward to it.
Hope you guys enjoyed that segment on drummer racing. Next, my co-host Alexis is going to have two special guests, Allison Sigler and Karen Egan, and we're going to check out the film Ride Like a Girl. Take it away, Alexis.
Thanks, Sky. Next up, we have Ride Like a Girl. This is a film that I had the pleasure of working with Karen and Allison on. This film depicts 3 local female riders in the park, in the city, and on the trails. We had tons of fun making this film, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Check it out.
It's just kind of like my other life. I have like real life where I'm like, wear nice clothes and look like a girl and wear perfume to work and wear heels and look like a girl, and everybody says, you race bikes? What do you mean?
It was a great time. It makes me want to go ride.
Yeah, it does. It was so long ago too. It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, you can notice the difference in the terrain and the trails now just from what we were riding before.
It was just great to ride with the girls because you're always riding with guys, constantly riding with guys. To just have a few nights out with just a few of female riders, you just learn so much more. You get better and you feel more comfortable trying things in front of the other female riders rather than just the guys.
That's why I was so into doing this project when offered, and in the end really was surprised at how it affected the women in the community, seeing it, and how many people have come up and said, wow, that really inspired me, when we were really just out there having fun riding our bikes, not trying to do anything other than have fun. So that was a great, I think, byproduct of the entire project as a whole.
Well, I've been racing bikes since I was 8 years old, and I've never seen a video with many women in it at all. So to have a video of all women, that was really cool because you just don't see that. And hopefully soon, you see more and more women every now and then. But for the 3 of us to be able to work with Jeff and have that respect from the community was cool.
I want to thank Karen and Allison for joining us on tonight's show.
Definitely, and that is an inspiring segment. Those girls rip, for sure. And everybody else out there, thank you for watching the first Northeast Mountain Bike Report. Don't forget to get to Highland Mountain on June 1st, and don't forget to say hi to the drummer racing guys. See you next time in the Northeast Mountain Bike Report.